Thank you to all those who have supported us on this amazing journey. It's been truly touching to witness the generosity and the passion and the willingness that all of you have had to help us get closer to the crowdfunding finish line. I wanted to take a bit of time to thank some people who have really helped me through this campaign journey. First of all, I wanted to thank my parents for trusting me to be able to pull this off. While you may not always understand exactly what it is I'm trying to do, it was really important for me that you believed that I could do whatever it was that I was saying. I want to thank my brother, who's been my right-hand man since nearly day one. If it weren't for your bravery and the determination that you've had to try and find your own passion, none of this would have been possible. You have inspired me to keep working on this every day. Probably the most rewarding thing about this whole thing is that I've been able to work with you. Thank you for trusting my leadership and for believing in the high standards and the goals that I've set. I know I can be a bit intense sometimes. Finally, I want to thank my girlfriend Phoebe for putting up with me for the past month and a half. Thank you for listening to the one thing I've been capable of talking about, and for understanding how important this project is to me. I know that my mind has been a bit preoccupied, but I promise you that you're still my number one. And I promise I'm going to start cutting down on the midnight editing sessions. With the campaign ending in a few hours, I wanted to just talk a bit about what happens next. The first thing we're going to do is keep our word and donate 10% of the money we've raised to a charity that provides support for people suffering from mental health. Then we're going to gather together a group of equally passionate people and begin planning our shoot this May meticulously. We're going to spend a big chunk of the budget that we've raised on equipment. And as soon as we've got that equipment, we're going to be able to go out and actually start practicing using it and refining the way we want to film the documentary. As a team, we will begin to go on mini weekend expeditions to try and mirror some of the conditions we were going to be facing in May. We want to be as prepared as possible. With only a month left before our first physical challenge, we will also be starting an intense workout and diet program to make sure that we are both physically and mentally fit for the challenges ahead of us. Finally, we will also continue to seek out sponsorship opportunities. All of this is assuming that we reach our goal in the next couple of hours. You have already been so incredibly generous, and your support has kept us going. We need one final push to get us over the finish line. I cannot wait to look at that screen behind me and see 45,000 and that we reached our goal. It's been the one thing I've been visualizing over and over again in my head, and I know that it's gonna happen, and I just can't wait to see it. So thank you guys for helping us get here.